Hi guys, this is Oshi and this is gonna be our weekly well-being reading. The point of these readings is to have something that we can work with intentionally for the better of our mental health and just well-being in general. How the readings are going, they are weekly, but you can just check any of them when you feel like doing something related to this topic. I post the spreads link that I'm using in the description if you want to pull cards for yourself and work with those are even better, because this is a general reading, but if you do it for yourself, then that's tailored to you. It's not a very complicated one. It's only 4 cards and you can use tarot for all 4 positions. You don't have to use oracle cards. I like using oracle cards for certain positions because I have found that oracle cards can be specific in theme enough or more than tarot, and that can be very useful when you're doing something like this. So the first position is going to be the focus area, and I'm using the Everyday Witch oracle, which is a funny deck because it's huge, so it's not easy for me to shuffle. I pre-shuffled it, but I still want to do that before pulling a card. Let's get this one. Okay, so we have to speak your mind. It's interesting because we have a young witch and someone who's much older and wiser. So here's the young witch and here's the old one who's probably a mentor figure, and they are all blowing wishes into the wind. So that's very interesting. I guess it could be viewed as speak your mind, but think about if that's it is wise for you to say that, because maybe when you're young you say things you don't think through enough, but when you're older and you have hopefully some wisdom by your age, not just wrinkles, you know that you can't or you shouldn't always say what you had on your mind immediately and unfiltered, because it's very hard to navigate that space where you can be freely who you are. What I was trying to say, that you have to navigate that place where you know who you are and you speak your truth, but you say it clearly enough so other people won't misunderstand you. And at least I struggle that with a lot. I think that what I say is clear, but then it turns out it's not clear at all. So this week it's definitely the main focus area is to not just speak your truth and be who you are, but be mindful about how you're saying that. And let's pull cards for a supporting energy and what we should do in order for this to happen, and what we shouldn't, because that would get in the way. And I'm using tarot cards and the Seer's tarot with the King of Wands in the bottom currently. Oh, okay, that's too much. So let's have, okay, cards are like to fly away today. Very interesting. It's been a while when I had this many jumpy cards. So we have for the two Queen of Swords, perfect, which is because it's exactly what I was trying to say, being mindful about words. We had the 4 of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles underneath, which I would say, don't just be bored with yourself and just feeling nonchalant and not speak how you feel, because you're like, no, I don't know if I should say I'm good all here, because it's important for this week to speak your truth and the Six of Pentacles is to be generous about your wisdom as well. So those are just, I'm not keeping them on the table, just, you know, extra messages. And it's interesting that for the don't do, the cards are like, we don't want to say anything. Okay, we have the Hierophant. Oh wow, for the don't do. So definitely sharing is caring this week. So yeah, like I said, Queen of Swords, she has her emotions here, you know, closed off, so to speak, because if you let your emotions just run wildly, you can say something that, you know, you will regret later. And you know, with this one as well, you need to work on learning how to express yourself in a way that it's true, it's not in the moment blurred out, because that causes hurt and, you know, stepping back from a relationship or from a situation that you shouldn't be stepping back from. So it's very interesting. But because we had a Queen of Swords, it means that we can do this, you know. We just have to be mindful. And I think the don't do with the Hierophant is here to remind you that if you think like, oh, if I shouldn't say anything because what if I, you know, say something wrong, then I rather not say anything, it's not good. You have to be brave this week and be able to accept that you might make mistakes, but it's more important to try than to not try this week. Because it could have been like, you know, shut up and don't say anything, but no, it's say things. It's important because there will be a situation, or, you know, maybe you learn about something that's important for you, and you will be like, I should say something, but what if I say it and people will misunderstand me? All you can do is be the best version of yourself in that moment. But it's better to make a mistake regarding it than not even try. That's very, very obvious from this week's reading. And for the underlying issue, because I like to see why are these situations and areas we need to work with are coming up, I'm using my own oracle. This is the 42, guess why, 42 oracle. It's still in its baby form, so it's not fancy, it's not, you know, pretty, but I have the keywords and I have the shape, and it's triangle shaped. And the bottom we have imagination coming in, which is great, but let's pull one card. It's not that easy to shuffle, I know. I was considering, you know, not keeping the triangle. Oh, interesting shape, but it has to be. This is how the system works. And we have, interestingly, the loss of self underneath all this. The loss of self is that negative side of a unity where, which makes sense, where you're not yourself anymore in a relationship, and it doesn't, oops, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It can be anything, a work, a parent, children relationship, in either side of it. And, you know, loss of self, it's you need to, you know, speak your truth to find a way back to yourself, you know, to step up for what's important for you, to be who you are, because that's how you can, that's the only way you can be your authentic self. And these are cliches, these are big words, but we need to try to be our authentic self. So this is our little homework for this week, and I hope this is useful. I hope you're doing these readings or watching these videos and, you know, taking something away from them, because that's the whole point. And thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.